All right, y'all, let's talk about Lullaby. Follow my lead. It's actually not that easy to talk about. Excuse me, I'm all choked up. Reason why it's not that easy to talk about is because it's one of those songs that I personally feel maybe I shouldn't have done the lead on. So let me explain this a little better. From the beginning of the Take Six career, I've always been the guy who sang on top, and that's the high part. But I also did a lot of the smooth leads on the albums, even if they were somewhat in my lower range or whatever. Lullaby is one of those that spans from low to very high, so I was given that lead. One of the things that happened that was really interesting for me, and I'll have to give a little bit more information, and I hope you guys can follow this. So typically with a group, there are what are known as pitch centers. When you're singing a note, you can tell that someone typically, either sings true, kind of in the center of that pitch, or maybe on the bottom side of it, or the top side. So that would be saying that you sing a little flat or a little sharp. Doesn't mean that you're wrong necessarily. It's just maybe you ride a little high on the pitch or a little low on the pitch or whatever. So the gradient of the group has typically been from low to high, that Alvin kind of sings more true and even a little on top of the pitch. Again, that's not wrong. It's just that's the pitch center of where he sings. I, on the other hand, being all the way on the top and away from him, it's very rare that I will ever actually sing sharp. We can say true, but especially if I get tired or whatever, I may sing a little low on the as far as the pitch gradient or pitch center, so to speak. So that song, Cedric is producing me in the studio, and as I'm singing the lead, I'm already a little nervous because that song takes so much support. I have to sing soft, I have to sing with power, I have to sing high, I have to do all of these things that is actually easier to do when you're singing louder or with more intensity or whatever. So I had to find all the smoothness I could, and Cedric was consistently telling me, man, you're singing flat, you're singing flat, you're singing flat. And I was like, I'm not singing flat. It doesn't sound or feel like I'm singing flat. But that's why I explained earlier that the gradient of pitch within the group, there's a lot of what Alvin was doing, do, and if that is a little on top of the pitch, but I'm hearing it a little differently, then I'm singing my part a little differently anyway. So that took a while to get past. And as that was happening, it was making me even more nervous. And again, remember, being nervous and trying to get past that, as well as trying to have all of the foundation underneath the solo, made for a slightly weird day for me. I think it ended up well, and I like what I hear, but to be honest with you, I think if we had to do it all over again, that may have been a better overall lead for someone like Joey to do. And then maybe at the high parts we switch, but I think it worked out well. But that's the backstory from my point of view on Lullaby.